Okay, and welcome everybody. So today we're going to go over the workspace of After Effects CC, and when you first open up the software you should get something similar to what I'm seeing here on the screen. Now for the most cases you might have your presets, pre-saved files open here, but for the most case you're going to be creating a new project. So if you click New Project, you'll then be introduced to this screen here. Now the workspace of After Effects is not too dissimilar to its other applications. So on the left hand side here we have the project space. This is where you can right click and import things such as footage, previous Photoshop files depending on what you're working in. In the middle we have your actual composition. Now this is what your audience is going to see. So this is your final output if you like. Again, we'll come across that later on. On the right hand side you also have your effects and presets. You might also have your preview windows, information. For the most part you'll just be using effects and presets. However, if you're using the text tools, you can also use the align and paragraph tools here, which is quite helpful as well. And then on the bottom you have your timeline workspace, which at the moment says none because we haven't got a composition open. So all in all, this is your main workspace. You've also got your tools on the top here. Again, some of these are deactivated until you actually create a new composition. So you've got your selection tool, which is V on the keyboard, your hand tool. Selection tool is the main tool you want to have selected. This will enable you to drag and drop, right click in areas, activate most of the tabs and whatnot. The hand tool is good for panning around your composition. So if you want to move around, use the hand tool. You've also got other things here, like you've got your zoom option, you've got your camera tools, your rectangle tools, which is good for making shapes or masks. You've got your pen tool, which again is good for rotoscoping and masks, text tool. You've also got paintbrush and puppet pins and all the rest of it. So this is a really good tab to get used to. Each keyboard shortcut is also noted on here. So for example, this is Control and T. So it's good to get used to those shortcuts to speed up your After Effects processes. You've also got areas up here, which again, most of them are deactivated until we start our composition, but this will help you out if you need to adjust your composition settings. You can also create a new composition in here, or you can do that by right-clicking, select a new composition, or clicking this little option here as well. You've also got tabs, so you can choose between tabs. Again, if you double click a layer, for example, it would open up a new tab. So again, to go back to your composition, just make sure you click on that tab. You can also change how your default view looks as well from up here. A quick little troubleshooting: if your view looks different to this, if you go to Windows, Workspace, and select Reset Default to Save Layout, it will just move everything around and back to its defaults. So that's it in a nutshell. That's the Adobe After Effects workspace and some of the terminology that we use for the workspace, and that concludes this tutorial. Thank you very much.